Hey out there, this is Jujutsu High's very own #1 manga YouTube channel, Steady Studios. Over the hood, through the streets of Konoha, and right into your brain. We're transmitting our signal straight to you. Y'all got your scouters on or what? Yeah, we're riding high on a smooth stream of Super Saiyan sounds. Steady Studios. どうもどうも, what is up everybody? This is official Shonen Jump translator Steady here, always at the ready here for you guys, and welcome to the Manga Lounge, the JUJUTSU KAISEN Manga Lounge. I also have a Zipman Manga Lounge if you're interested in that, but as a JUJUTSU KAISEN specialist, I figured it was about high time to talk a little bit about JUJUTSU KAISEN. Now this isn't exactly going to be a read-through, but it's going to be kind of a discussion, kind of a back and forth with you guys. If you guys have questions and stuff, I'll definitely address them here, as long as it's not spoiler territory or kind of off limits. But yeah, the Manga Lounge, I invite you to grab a drink. I got my Coke and Lime here, and just gonna talk a little bit about my recent thoughts on the Shibuya arc. Spoiler warning, if you aren't caught up in the manga, specifically up to chapter 89, this is your spoiler warning. We're going to be getting into some pretty deep conversations here, so you've been warned. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Alright, so what we're going to be kind of talking about today, we're going to be talking about kind of the curtain, the Tobari curtain situation, the barrier in Shibuya going on right now that's covering Shibuya Station, and where everyone's kind of located. We're also going to be talking about what the Gojo versus the special grade curses situation is going on right now. Also, where Yuji's group, along with Meimei and Uyui, are located, and what their kind of role in this situation is going to be. And also, I'm going to be kind of topping it off with kind of my predictions as to what I think is going to kind of happen next. This is taken before I've translated the most recent episode, so don't worry about that. And I know everyone's very excited for the anime news that's coming out. I'm very excited about that as well, so do subscribe, because I'm going to be kind of keeping my eyes on the Jump Festa news going on, and I'll definitely have a separate video for that. I know it's a lot to cover, so I wanted to kind of just talk about the manga in this one and then the anime in that one. So subscribe and make sure that you're kind of updated on my video once it comes out. But yeah, let's first go ahead and talk about what the situation is in Shibuya right now. So it was kind of a sudden matter. The Jujutsu sorcerers were taken off guard, and a curtain, the spell, the barrier, was a radius of about 400 meters, was cast over Shibuya Station. This and it's incredible because Akutami Sensei actually used this geographic location in terms of the numbers. It all matches up in the sense that what the curtain covers in the 400 meters actually has a strategic element for the curse users and the special grade curses against the Jujutsu sorcerers. So it's amazing. Nanami, Megumi, and Ino group, kind of a little bit north of Shibuya Station. We have a second group of Nobara, Maki, and Naobito Zenin, the head of the Zenin family. We saw him a little bit in the Maki flashback, and Maki and my flashback. They're a little bit west of the curtain, and then pretty much kind of southeast of the curtain is Panda, as well as the newly introduced character of Kusakabe Sensei. He's actually the second year teacher for Tokyo High, so he's technically Panda and Maki and Inumaki's teacher, as well as Yuta, wherever he is right now. So it's interesting to see kind of how they're placed. They're placed basically exactly in a triangle, and the locations that Akutami Sensei places them are exactly right outside of this curtain in a triangular formation. It's incredible, the research that went into this. But then the curtain is specifically made where the civilians can't get out, in or out, but the Jujutsu sorcerers are allowed to go in and out as they want. But Gojo is specifically summoned, and he's now in B5 of the Fukuto Shinsen. So he's down there with Hanami, Jogo, and Choso, the 3 special grade curses, although Choso is a little bit of a different case, right? So of course we're treated to this amazing battle between Gojo and the 3 special grade curses, and the special grade curses actually use something called domain amplification, and the specifics are a little bit hard to understand, and I think Akutami Sensei purposely makes it that way. You're not supposed to fully understand what it is, kind of seen through Gojo's, he's kind of like, I think it's this, kind of makes sense. He compares it to Kasumi's simple domain. We also see Muto use it in the previous arc against Mahito. But he kind of compares it in the sense that it kind of nullifies one's technique. But it's almost kind of like this personal barrier, although it has a catch in the sense that you can't use your cursed abilities at the same time. But Gojo, being the GOAT, he quickly disposes of Hanami, and I'm pretty sure he's a goner. It's you can't draw it out any more than it is, and people have to start dying, or else it just kind of gets old, right? So I'm pretty sure Hanami's done. It seems like Jogo and Mahito are kind of, you say, yeah, he's dead. So that's kind of the overarching plot of kind of what's going on right now. But what's very interesting is the fact that Yuji, Meimei, and Ui are actually in Aoyama Cemetery, which is kind of northeast of Shibuya Station. And they actually, although it's not specifically kind of said, they're probably there at the cemetery specifically because it might be a threat in terms of kind of the negative energy. The curses might use that as a strategic location too, as to start kind of spawning different curses. That's my take on it anyways. I don't think it's specifically said why they're over there, but they're quickly summoned to Harajuku Station, which, the famous Harajuku, all the same. It's they're summoned there because another curtain goes up as well. So as someone who's been to Harajuku Station, this is another genius move by Akutami Sensei in using geographic location as a strategic kind of weapon. Harajuku Station is very kind of narrow corridors. It's although you would imagine Harajuku kind of be really big, it's not. Harajuku is actually a very kind of a narrow, it's kind of a small space. The station is very narrow as well, with these narrow hallways, and that's what Mahito actually specifically uses when he does his transfigurations of the humans. He transfigures them and just traps all the people in these narrow hallways, and as you might imagine, it's an absolute nightmare. People dying left and right, and they lure Yuji and Meimei and Uyui down to the basement floor, but it's too late. Now this is what I really wanted to talk about. Why did they lure Yuji over to Harajuku Station while everyone else is in Shibuya? It's not a coincidence, right? We can remember in earlier chapter, Geto specifically says is the two conditions of beating the Jujutsu sorcerers are going to be 1, to immobilize Gojo Satoru, and 2, to get Itadori Yuji on their side, essentially Ryomen Sukuna on their side. So they can't tackle these two incredible feats at the same time, right? So they are specifically split up into Harajuku Station and Shibuya Station on purpose. Now, I initially thought that with the train, when Mahito reveals that he's kind of right next to a train, that he's actually going to be luring Yuji and maybe kind of coercing Sukuna out on the train as they're heading to Harajuku Station. Although it seems that's actually not the case, that they actually lured a bunch of people, transfigured humans now, onto this train along with Mahito on the same train over to Shibuya Station to cause a muck for Gojo and kind of put him on edge. So before we get to the train that's now at Shibuya Station, right now as it stands, Yuji, Meimei, and Ui are over at Harajuku Station by themselves. Now they're heading towards Shibuya Station as well. I'm assuming that it's going to be actually, it's one of two ways, right? They're going to go up onto the street again and then head towards Shibuya Station, or they're just going to follow the train through the tunnel. And they're probably just going to follow the train through the tunnel. But that's going to put them right past Fushiguro group and Nanami group. And it kind of makes you wonder whether they're going to be meeting up there or not. But the Nanami group is above ground and Yuji group is most likely going to be going through the tunnel. So I mentioned earlier that the special grade curses are trying to do everything they can to put Gojo on edge. And we also know that Geto is actually at Shibuya Station as well, along with the what we assume to be kind of the sea curse, the water curse, kind of the squid looking one. So that brings us to chapter 89. Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow! What a chapter. Gojo just doing Gojo things. Hold on, let me get a drink on this one. Just Gojo just showing that he is indeed the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer alive. 299 seconds, aka 4 minutes 59 seconds, and he takes out about 1,000 transfigured humans. Now hold on, let me do the math for that one. Okay, hold on. So that is roughly just over 3.3 transfigured humans curses a second. Now process that for a moment, okay? But I digress. You read the chapter, hopefully. You read it, right? If you're watching this video, you better. You read the chapter, so you don't need me to go on too much about that. But if you have any questions, do let me know. If it kind of confused you or anything, of course, let me know and I'll try to answer it best I can. But I want to specifically talk about Prison Realm. This is why Geto is so intent on getting Gojo on edge. Now, I'm assuming that Prison Realm has some sort of condition. We don't even know what Prison Realm really is. Is it like a teleportation to a different place? Is it just like a physical, like, hold on kind of thing? You know, just keep him in place kind of thing? We don't really know at this point, but we do know that it's pretty much kind of a sure shot, if they can successfully implement it against Gojo, that it will work even against the greatest. So one of the conditions we can assume, based on what Geto has been kind of alluding to, what Jogo and Mahito has kind of been trying to do against Gojo, is that Gojo needs to really kind of be on edge and really kind of taut, right? And he needs to kind of be distracted. And I'm assuming that in not too much longer, we're going to figure out, probably the next chapter, we're going to figure out what Prison Realm exactly is. So what do you think Prison Realm actually is? My assumption that it is going to be kind of really just kind of a keep him in place kind of deal. I don't know if it's going to go as far as kind of teleporting him to another world, but it very well might be. I mean, it's called Prison Realm, right? So in Japanese Gokumonkyo, and we translate it as prison realm. So he might be just kind of like shot into a different kind of place and in comatose, like who knows, kind of like Megumi's sister almost. But if you want to kind of find out a little bit more about the kind of situation in Shibuya right now, definitely check out my Twitter. I've got all sorts of, and hopefully they'll have been kind of running on this video as well. But if you want to really get a good look at them, I have them on my Twitter. And you can kind of see for yourself what a genius Akutami Sensei is. Kind of the strategic elements in terms of the geography, and not just the combat, which is amazing in and of itself. So it's just really kind of reminds me of how amazing Akutami Sensei is, and just when you thought it couldn't get any better, this is what's going on, right? So what are your predictions? What do you think is going to be happening in the next few chapters? What is Geto going to do against Gojo? What are his motives? And how are the special grade curses going to kind of play into this? How are the other groups going to play into this as well? Remember, everyone else is kind of on standby. Yuji's group is kind of on high alert right now, heading towards Gojo, what we can assume. So, who knows? I mean, just when I thought I had it all figured out, Akutami Sensei gives us this amazing chapter, and kind of everything you thought you knew goes out the window. So who knows, but definitely let me know what you guys think. If you guys have questions, absolutely let me know. As long as I'm able to answer it without getting in trouble, I'm more than happy to do so. But yeah, definitely, like I said, keep an eye on my channel. If you do choose to support it, I really appreciate it. I'm going to be having another video on the Jump Festa anime news and kind of give my 2 cents on that as well. But yeah, it's thanks very much for taking the time. I know you guys could be anywhere else right now, but I appreciate you taking the time to sit down, enjoy a drink. Good. Enjoy a drink, kind of lounge with me, and enjoy this amazing manga that is Jujutsu Kaisen. But I'm going to be definitely doing this manga portion as a weekly Manga Lounge Jujutsu Kaisen lounge every week. So look for this on Sunday of next week as well. Definitely do subscribe so you know as soon as it comes up. And with that, you know how we do. Mata yoroshiku! Ryoiki tenkai!